Yeah, welcome to my channel. Um, I have to talk about more continent betting games. The other time I talked about Bundesliga, and I've talked about Premier League, and I talked about Asia. Now I'm going to Africa. Now, want to know have to note about Africa games is that their games are not like the serious type of games. They're so rigid in their games, just like some South American games. They are so rigid in their games, and I can tell you that once you are playing African games, be it Nigeria, be it Morocco, be it South Africa, be it Kenya, be it Uganda, be it Egypt, even Egypt, yeah, be it Algeria, all these games, you don't expect to be giving out over 2.5 all the time. Most times under pays under. You can get 70% of under 2.5, under 3.5 goals in African games, and I can show you that. For example, that's why if you look at their games, that's why like for example, you can play this under 3.5, you get it. So just be focusing on on the African games, because they don't usually score goals. They are so conservative. They are so I don't know how I put it. So that's one rule about African games. You have to take cognizance of. Um, so that's it. So what I can let me just check another way. Uh, now another one you have to understand about African games is that try and align those specific, for example, those top leagues. Try and get those top leagues. Check the table. Let me see. Let me check off this. Let me just choose one of them. Okay. Let's check table now. Now this is the table. Understand? Most times, Egypt, and all these all these northern Africans, use like Al Ahly, Future, Prima, Etihad, Zamalek. You can check all these ones. They tagged as in they use what is it? The fourth, the 1 to 4. They are doing absolutely very well. Use them first, or you can add Zamalek in it. Use them first, to determine your games. Okay. For example, we know that in this game, El Ahly is playing here because under Egypt, all these teams, El Ahly is 70% that the top 4 will always win. Under Egypt, Morocco, all this Algeria, the top 4 always win. But if you come to East Africa and West Africa, it is not like that. Like for example, Ghana and Nigeria games, you don't expect the top 4 to always win. So these are things you have to understand. So now under El Ahly, can just give it El Ahly to win outrightly. Understand? Can just give it outrightly. You can just come here and give now Future and Etihad, both of them are in the top 4. So it's very difficult. So sometimes handicap matches do play well in African games, and the handicap matches do play well. So you can still use handicap to play your African games. Or still, you can still play under 3.5, under 4.5. It can enter. So these are the things you have to understand about African games. They don't have much. You can still go for 1.5, but going for 1.5, you have to be very careful. Going for 0.5, no much odds. I understand, no much odds. So playing it, you don't have to go to anything like say you're going live or wherever, all those kind of things. You don't do that. You're going live in African games. No, you're going using half. Sometimes you can use combinations in African game, 1x, 2x, x2, 1x and x2. You can still use it sometimes. Okay, you can still also use other ones to determine your game. Let's say, for example, Egypt Premier League. Let's say you're using Ismaile, for example. You can still go and play combinations, in other African games. It's still okay. But it's still okay. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel. I have so many things outlined here for you. Thank you.